What's up, Warrior Babes? Hey everyone, Nikki here, and welcome to our Saturday Warrior Babe Revolution rally call. Guys, I'm so excited to be here with you all. Make sure you guys head into the Facebook group right now and let the other babes know that we're getting this call started. So we'll get started in just a few minutes. And definitely let those babes know once you guys let them say the call is getting started that this is a really cool, interesting topic that we're going to talk about today. So if you guys are new to Warrior Babe, welcome, guys. So excited that you're here. We do these calls every single Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what I can recommend for you guys is to make sure that you mark your calendars and write down rally call or Warrior Babe rally call, and set your alarms for 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, whatever that means for your time zone, and just show up 5 minutes early. All you have to do is put in your earphones and listen to me just share some valuable information with you guys. All right? So, again, every single Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure, guys, I know I can hear a lot of people joining in, so head to the Facebook group, let the babes know. Today's topic is I think one that obviously a lot of us struggle with, and it's going to be very interesting and helpful for you in the time of whenever this happens in your world. So definitely head to the Facebook group and let the babes know that we're getting this call started. Now, before we do dive into today's topic, I just want to run through some really quick updates with all of you guys and all that jazz. So if you guys are new to Warrior Babe, please, guys, there's 14 days of some valuable content that is being sent to you via email. It is the Warrior Babe Revolutionary Blast Off. And each one of those videos and tasks that I put together for you are helping you move in the right direction and set yourself up for long-term success. So there's 9 days of mindset, there's some macro days, there's some workout days, and understanding the long game that it actually takes to achieve and change your body composition that you want to achieve for yourself. So there's 14 days of valuable information, valuable videos, valuable content. Make sure that you guys are listening to them. Don't ignore them. Don't just, throw them in the trash in your email inbox. Honestly, set a folder to the side. And put all of those blast-off emails into a folder so that you can always refer back to them. Because this isn't going to be a you're starting at the bottom and you're going to hit the top kind of journey. You're going to have some rough patches along the way, and that's when you can go back to those videos and just get yourself centered and grounded again. If you guys are past the 14 days, they're also inside of the Facebook group. Every single one of those videos is there located inside the Facebook group. So you can go to the Learning tab. That is either, if you're on your phone, it's right below the Warrior Babe Revolution picture at the top, or if you're on your desktop, it's over to the left-hand side underneath About Discussion, and then there's a Learning tab. You guys can go there and watch every single one of those 14 days and complete the tasks and download everything that I'm giving you. Again, I stress this so much. It's so important. That's it. Then also, too, I know a lot of you babes are new, and I know there's a lot of new content inside of the application. But aside from that, I still see a lot of questions that people are asking that can be answered inside of your application. So anybody that's new, or even you babes who have been inside of this, please make sure that you're taking the time to go into the application, search there, listen to everything that I'm sharing with you. And there's so much valuable content in there. And re-listen to it again, go through it again and again. Even if you're just driving in the car, you're doing some cardio, whatever, just listen to it over and over, because your brain is going to pick up on things that you may have missed before. And if that question, and you're most likely that question will be inside of there that you're looking for, but if it's not, and it's not inside your application, then you guys can go to that resource page that we've built out and we're always continuing to add information to. It's an entire platform of frequently asked questions. So, babes who have been in this for months now, anybody that's new who may have the same similar question that a babe had 6 months ago, we've most likely answered it and put it inside of that frequently asked questions page. Now, if the question's not answered inside of the application, if it's not answered inside of the frequently asked questions page, then definitely head to the Facebook group and ask the fellow warrior babes. Tag Kate, tag myself, if any questions that are, specifically for us. But if it's just a general broad question that you feel like another warrior babe will know, definitely ask and reach out. That's what that group is for. Our group is so empowering, so inspiring, so freaking supportive. I'm so grateful for all you babes that are inside, literally lending the hand and helping everybody out. It is so freaking amazing to see that kind of energy going on inside this group. So keep it up. We're all here for each other. There's no silly or stupid question. There's no right or wrong question. Don't think that, you ask this, it's stupid. It's not. Don't get out of your head. It's not a stupid question. Don't ever assume that you know the answer, okay? Because if you assume and you assume wrong, you're going to set yourself back. So make sure that you're asking questions that you need clarification on, and we're here to help you out. All right? All right, guys. So let's dive into today's topic. So I've seen a couple of the babes inside the group, Angela and Tammy, this past week. You babes are struggling with some PMS. And I know, it happens for all of us who still get our monthly periods. And even anybody who is postmenopausal and still doesn't get this stuff, still listen up, because this is super important that you still take the valuable information I'm going to share with you today into your world. And you already are, since you're part of Warrior Babe, but I just want to reiterate it even more. So today's topic is how our monthly periods affect our energy levels and our gym performance, and know how to power through it without sabotaging yourself. Okay, so I know that, I've been there. I'm currently there right now. I'm getting my period any day now, and I know you babes have been in the same boat. It's the week of the period, or you've got it, and you're just fatigued, you're tired. Anybody who says the wrong thing, you just freak out. Your mood alters, right? You have less strength in the gym. You feel weak. The weights feel like they weigh twice the amount than they actually do. And you're just basically dragging at this point, right? And then you have on the back end, because you're in this negative energy of being tired, feeling weak, then it shuttles into having tons and tons of cravings and just letting your mind get lost and wanting to eat anything and everything. Been there, dealing with it now, and I'm going to share with you exactly how to power through that without self-sabotaging yourself. All right? So we have those days, right? We have the week before or, the week of and when we're on our period. Versus every other week around, in the month, you feel like a freaking beast, right? You feel like a warrior in the gym. You feel like the weights are easy, and you feel like you find yourself lifting so much more. And that week just comes, and you're just like, oh my God, just let me lay on the couch. Okay? All right. So this is totally normal. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't think that you're not challenging yourself enough. Don't, get in your own head, because it's so easy for us to do that, to just start beating ourselves up that we're not on point, or that we're not, challenging ourselves enough inside the gym. So this is a beautiful side of our hormonal system, women. It's something that men just don't understand, all right, and male trainers don't understand. Which we can thank our estrogen, we can thank our testosterone, we can thank our progesterone, but I'm not going to dive deep into what those hormones do or the functionalities and all that jazz, but if you all are interested, I do go into great detail about those hormones inside of the Warrior Babe Blueprint, because the hormonal side of things for women is so important, and it's so it's ignored and overlooked inside of this industry, inside of the fitness world. When you ask a trainer about estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, they're not going to be like, huh, what? The way that these levels work in us women are so vitally important to understand. So that's how I'm going to dive in with you guys right now. Now, I'm not going to dive into great detail around those guys, but what I'm going to talk about is just understanding how our periods affect our energy levels inside of the gym and even outside. So around and during your period, about that week of the feelings like I just talked about, the energy will be at an all-time low point. And the reason is because estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone are all super low. They're just running very, very freaking low. Okay, so don't at this point, the week, around, or during your period, don't try to push yourself inside of the gym. Now, I don't mean don't challenge yourself. Of course, challenge yourself, but don't if you're only lifting 20 pounds and, you're normally lifting 30, that's fine. As long as your muscles are feeling challenged, as long as you're creating that resistance, as long as you're showing up and you're doing the workout, you're doing the exercise, A freaking effort. That's an A+ effort, okay? Don't push yourself at, around, or during this time period. Because honestly, on the inside, nothing's really going on. Your hormone levels are low. All right, so there's no point around during your periods, keeping reiterating this in case any of you guys are writing this down. Don't push yourself. Just show up, do the work, challenge your muscles. If it's 10 pounds, it's 10 pounds. If it's 20 pounds, it's 20 pounds, okay? Show up, do the work. Then, immediately after your cycle, this is where it is a good time to push your strength and to focus on challenging yourself, because this is where estrogen starts to rise and progesterone starts to rise. Okay, so this is going to give you that energy to push yourself in the gym. You probably notice this. After your period's done, you're like a whole other human being. You're like, okay, let's go, let's do this, right? And this is a good time to really focus on challenging yourself in the gym. Focus on pushing some strength. But now, the next week, 2 to 3 weeks into your cycle, this is where the badass testosterone spikes. This is where you feel like that beast inside the gym. This is where you feel like you're hitting some PRs and you're hitting some new records and you're like, man, this weight's so simple. I feel so good, right? That's where our testosterone is rising. And you guys, testosterone probably in your head is like, oh my God, that's how men get so big and they get so bulky, is because they have so much testosterone. You guys, we have 20 times less testosterone in our body than men do. But it's so important for us to utilize that testosterone as much as we possibly can, because that's going to help us build muscle. It's going to help us feel like a beast. It's so important to have that, but don't worry, because we don't have the 20 times the amount that men do in their system. That's why it's so easy for them to put on muscle. That's why they're so big and jacked and whatever, okay, because they have 20 times the amount of testosterone, but we have 20 times less. And like I said, it's so important to utilize that testosterone. I hate the voice that pops up on this. I always get distracted when this phone call talks to me. So you're 2 to 3 weeks into your cycle. That's when that testosterone is going to rise. That's when you're going to feel like the beast in the gym. Again, PRs, blah, blah, blah. All right, so you have, so far, up to this point, we talked about around and during your period is don't push yourself. Just show up. Everything's low. All energy is low. Just show up, do the work, and pat yourself on the freaking back that you did it. That's what matters the most. And then immediately after your cycle is when you're going to start feeling that strife coming back on. You're going to focus on challenging yourself. You're feeling really good. You feel like a new human being. And then 2 to 3 weeks into your cycle is when testosterone jumps. You feel like you're a beast. You feel like you're hitting new PRs. All right? And then this brings us back to around and during your workout. Around and during your period. Okay, so you see this cycle here? So when you get back to that point, after the testosterone spikes, after all your hormones are elevated, that's where you're going to start, everything's going to start dipping again. This is where the energy is going to start dipping. And you're not going to feel like you have that much to push. And so that's vitally important to understand the cycle. When you understand this cycle within ourselves, that's when you become consciously aware of this, aware of what's going on the inside, aware that your hormones are in alignment with you right now, and it's not you. It's not you that you need to sabotage. It's not you that you need to beat up. It's just because your hormones, because of our women, beautiful hormones, we can thank for this. It's just we're going through the cycle, man. Like, just accept this as an evolutionary process with us, and that we're just unique with dealing with our energy levels. As simple as that. So around during your period, immediately after cycle, 2 to 3 weeks into your cycle, and then back to being around and during your period. All of these energies, all of these hormones, all of these things fluctuate. Now, to the babes that are probably listening to me like, well, Nikki, I've got low hormones, or I'm on hormone therapy, or, I don't get my period anymore. This is important that, and I'm not a doctor. I just have a nursing background. So please don't take my word 100% with this. It's just from what I know with the hormonal imbalance side of things. But if you guys don't have, the hormones that you're working with, that's where it's important to figure out what you're low in and, seeking medical advice to make sure all these hormones, if you need hormone therapy or hormone replacement, estrogen replacement, to help you through this process. Okay? And then even the women that are postmenopausal and the hormone levels are low, that's where strength training and diet becomes so vitally important. Estrogen is low after postmenopausal. So the way to keep estrogen is what keeps your bone density strong. So in order to keep your bone density strong, you have to have that muscle around the bone to be strong, right? So the way that you're going to have that muscle around the bone be strong is by strength training. Strength training from the resistance on the muscles, growing the muscles, making them stronger is going to help you stay stronger after this vital period that happens in your life. That's why I can't stress how important that is, especially nutrition too, because if you don't have the proper nutrition, then your workouts are going to suffer and you're not going to be recovering and facilitating the right kind of nutrients that you need to your muscles. See how this stuff makes sense? So even the guys that are postmenopausal, strength training, diet, that can play a huge freaking role in your body and the results that you want, even if your hormones are low. Now, great, you're not going to be the results aren't going to be as fast as somebody who's 20 or 30 years old, but does not mean that the results are not possible for you. They are possible. But you have to put in the work of proper strength training. You have to put in the work of doing and eating appropriately so that your body can be healed and recovered from that nutrition. That's how you can be strong. That's how 81-year-olds, I have a 72-year-old in my VIP program. That's how those babes are so strong, because they're doing this work. They're doing and being and wholeheartedly absorbing themselves in warrior babes, right? So really important, you guys, to understand this concept so that you know how these monthly periods affect your energy levels and your gym performance, because your hormones fluctuate, right? The babes that still get their monthly periods, they fluctuate. This is what happens around, during, and after your period. And even more important, too, for the babes that are postmenopausal, to understand how important strength training and diet are for your everyday routine. Okay, so I really hope you guys found that topic super valuable. I absolutely love talking about hormones. If you guys want to know more about this stuff, because I didn't really dive deep into what estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone do with their functionality inside of our bodies, but I do talk about this in great detail inside of the Warrior Babe Blueprint, and understanding even more hormonal functions like insulin sensitivity and insulin resistance and, all that kind of jazz, and to understand how to work with your hormones and not let yourself self-sabotage yourself, to think that you're not challenging yourself enough. I even dive deeper into thyroid problems, how to work with your thyroid if you have hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's, or even adrenal restore. I talk about that. Adrenal fatigue is a real freaking thing. I've experienced that. So I'd go deeper and deeper into adrenal fatigue and how to restore it. But, guys, I talk about how to holistically do it. None of this, jumping on medication. Now, again, I'm not a doctor, but I know how to holistically do it because I've done it. I hate medication. It's not my jam. But if you need it, you need it, right? So don't get me wrong on that. So I dive deeper into like how to holistically balance your hormones, make sure they're, in alignment with what your body needs. And I dive all deeper into this inside the Warrior Babe Blueprint. All right, guys, so just think about that. But I hope you guys love today's topic, how your monthly periods affect your energy levels and gym performance, and know how to power through it without self-sabotaging yourself. And before I tune out, just wanted to let you guys know that you guys are doing an awesome job. Keep up the good work. Keep showing up for yourself every single day. And the babes that aren't, take it up a notch. Like, I know there's babes on here that fall off Friday, they get back on the board Monday, but every single time that you do that, you are making it harder to get to your goals that you want to accomplish. With every single meal that you miss, with every single workout that you miss, you're just pushing yourself back. It's just you, nobody else. You're pushing yourself back. So anybody who needs to hear that, tough love, pick it up, show up for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you versus you. And to all the babes who are crushing it, I'm so freaking proud of you. Keep it up and keep doing the work, because that's what's going to get you the results. All right, babes, I will catch you inside the Facebook group. Let me know how you guys like this topic today. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys have any other topics you want me to talk about, definitely don't hesitate to drop that inside the Facebook group too as well. All right, guys. Bye.